The Los Angeles Lakers absolutely need to trade for this guy. I'm Sean Davis. Make sure you guys subscribe here to the channel. Turn on those post notification bells as well for a lot of great content coming your way here. You guys can follow me on X as well at Sean_DAVI. The Lakers are coming off a 116 to 110 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. They'll be back in action tomorrow night against the Sacramento Kings. I'll be live on the channel tonight at 8 o'clock Pacific time, 11 o'clock Eastern, to break down that matchup, kind of do a trade primer as well, go over some guys I think the Lakers need to trade for. The Lakers right now are sitting at 14 and 12, good for 10th in the Western Conference currently. They are only 3 games back, however, of the 4 seed. They are 1 game back of the 5 seed, which would be the Denver Nuggets currently in the Western Conference. And the Lakers, we're obviously all a little frustrated with the Lakers' lack of aggressiveness in terms of making trades and things of that nature. But there's one guy. There's one guy that absolutely needs to be on the Lakers' radar. And forget being on the Lakers' radar. They absolutely need to trade for this guy. And that is one Mr. Cameron Johnson. If you follow me on X, like I've already mentioned, I've kind of been on the Cam Johnson hype train for a little while now. He's such a good player. I'm a big fan of his. The Brooklyn Nets are kind of tearing it down. You would assume, right? Especially after trading Dennis Schroeder for DeAnthony Melton, who, by the way, is hurt, and some seconds, if I recall correctly. Once there was 3 second-round picks. Brooklyn trading Cam Johnson away. Brooklyn trading Dennis Schroeder away. You would assume the Brooklyn's in tear it down rebuild mode. And I think, the Lakers need to be on the phones ASAP calling up Cam Johnson. And, the first question is going to be, Sean, do you trade a first round pick for Cam Johnson? Yes, I'm trading a first round pick for Cam Johnson. And I get it. Some people might not love the idea of trading first round picks for role players or whatever, but that's just the cost of trading for high quality role players in the modern NBA. You look what the Dallas Mavericks had to do last season. They traded for PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. They traded a first for PJ Washington, who at the time a lot of people would not say, hell yeah, trade a first for PJ Washington. A lot of people would not say that and without getting, called crazy. But that's the cost of trading for really, really good role players in 2024. And guess what? It helped spark a NBA Finals run. And I'm not saying trading for Cam Johnson would automatically, put them in an NBA Finals tier. There's still work to be done. But trading for Cam Johnson, in my opinion, would definitely increase the likelihood, increase their chances of making said finals push, because Cam Johnson is a player this team desperately needs. And we're going to break it down here now for you. So, like I said, Lakers are 10th in the West. They don't have any time to waste. They're facing a Sacramento Kings team that is really, really good. Even though the Kings are 13 and 14, the Kings are way underperforming what they probably should be right now. If you just look at their basic point differential, the Kings are a better team than their record says. But even if you look at net rating, if you look at the Sacramento Kings net rating, they're at plus 3.4, which would be good for 11th best in the league, which would be good for, hold on, really quickly checking. That'd be good for 7th best net rating in the Western Conference. The Sacramento Kings have a better net rating than the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Suns, and the Lakers. Actually, and the Spurs too. All teams that are ahead of the Kings. The Kings have better net ratings than. So this Kings team is better than they get credit for. It is no time to waste. So the Lakers drop these 2 games. They could be out of the play-in picture entirely if they lose these 2 games to Sacramento. So like I said, no time to waste. The reason why I bring that stat up. But Cam Johnson is having a career year for the Brooklyn Nets. And I've always kind of admired how smooth of an offensive player Cam Johnson was, in terms of he can play off the ball, not be somebody you have to worry about. You can run him off of creative off-screen action. I think the difference between Cam Johnson and like a Dalton Knecht, for example, right now, is Cam Johnson is a much better playmaker, and having a off-screen shooting weapon that is also he's not a offensive hub playmaker, but is very much a connective playmaker that can hit short roll opportunities, keep the offense flowing if you do try to take away the shot. that's just something Dalton isn't all the way developed in yet. Where Cam Johnson, averaging 3 assists per game so far this season. That's something he's more than comfortable with. And you look at his offensive profile so far this season, I mean, ultra efficient. Like pulling up, we go to Synergy right quick. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys what we're looking at here. And we pull up Cam Johnson's Synergy profile here. You guys could see it. You guys can see how efficient he is as a spot up scorer. So basically, playing off the catch, catch and shoot opportunities, 1 dribble, 2 dribble opportunities, not turning the ball over, the ability to play in transition. Again, ultra dynamic movement player. I mean, look at the efficiency on handoff and off screen threes. The Lakers don't have this. Dalton has not necessarily performed well as a movement shooter this season. And Cam Johnson is arguably one of the 5 best movement shooters in the entire league so far. A guy that can create. And by the way, he's creating with probably getting the most attention on the Nets right now out of anybody that they have on their roster. Especially now that Dennis is gone. Cam Thomas has missed time, I think. I could be wrong there. But Cam Johnson is their offense. Like he is far away. Maybe not far away, but he has been their best player this season. And then you add into the fact that he is a more than capable defender. I don't want to get his role. I don't want people to get his role misconstrued. I don't think he's this, dominant wing stopper. I think he can guard wings, but I think where Cam Johnson is really going to make his living with for the Lakers, if he does come here, if the Lakers do trade for him, is going to be on excuse me, on the help side, being in the passing lanes. He does a good. He's actually even a solid, weak side rim protector. He grades out as a B grade per B-ball indexes, rim protection grade, a in terms of B-ball indexes, help effectiveness rating, a B is screener rim defense. So he's a solid weak side rim protector. And the Lakers just quite frankly need more guys on this team that can, be somewhat competent on both ends of the floor. That's just the truth. They need guys that can come in and be positive, contributions. And they also need more wings that can play on both ends of the floor. They don't have a true wing that is a impact on both offense and on defense. If you want to view Max Christie as a wing, okay, the Max is probably, effective defensively. He's very inconsistent offensively. Cam Reddish, I would say the same thing. Jerry Vanderbilt, very, very, very effective defensively if and when Vando comes back. LeBron, very, very impactful offensively. Very, rarely, I think at this point, it's safe to say, impactful defensively. So Cam Johnson's a guy that he's not this this all NBA defensive guy. You can maybe even argue he's a better defender back when he was at Phoenix, but a capable defender, a very capable defender, a guy that's really just got to help improve this team's off-ball defense, can guard one-on-one in isolation. Again, I think he's at his best right now on the help side, but definitely can guard one-on-one in space. You have AD behind them. Like, imagine lineups where you could go AR, Max, Cam Johnson, Bron, AD. That's a pretty good defensive lineup, all things considering. You have now, please just play drop for, the love of God. Just run drop. We don't have to, go back to the switching. Not saying that's the switching lineup, but you do have a little bit more versatility as a team, and you have more. That's going to be a really good two-way lineup, quite frankly. This going to be a good two-way lineup where your weakest defender is probably Bron, but let's say you get a Bron locked-in game defensively. That's 5 average defenders at worst, right? That's 5 average defenders. And for this Lakers team to hit a ceiling of what I said preseason was a 1.6% chance of winning a title, they absolutely need to get Cam Johnson, a guy that's going to increase their offensive ceiling because he's a dynamic moving shooter that has the ability to create for himself and be a connective playmaker, having a really, really good season offensively with a ultra dynamic play type shot chart. And multitude of different ways to score for himself or, score, being set up to score. And then defensively, a guy that's going to make an impact, a guy that is going to tremendously help, I think, this team's off-ball defense. Guys, the Lakers need to get Cam Johnson. Fire away your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who do you want to see the Lakers get? Let me know. Like I said, I'll be live tonight on the channel at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Till next time, everybody, go Lake Show. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.